Cabinet has unveiled a raft of measures to deal with the crisis affecting several state-owned enterprises. Key among them is a 5-point plan to provide support for embattled electricity supplier Eskom. And struggling National Carrier South African Airways has now been put under the care of National Treasury.
Decisive steps to deal with current electricity supply problems. Interventions include extending the contracts of private companies that are currently supplying Eskom with power. A coal-independent power producer program will also be launched at the end of January next year. Eskom is currently struggling with a soaring fuel bill as it continues to use its diesel generators to supply power.
Eskom will present a detailed finance plan to manage its cash flow beyond 2015. This plan will be presented also to the Interministerial Committee by the 17th of December 2014. Simultaneously, government will finance that funding model.
The Department of Public Enterprises says the new funding plan for Eskom does not entail a cash bailout. It says this will likely take the form of guarantees that will allow the parastatal to raise its own capital. Eskom is set to receive more than 20 billion rand cash injection from the National Treasury next year.
I'm relatively confident that Eskom will have the money for the next until the 15th of January. And then beyond that, government will be working on a financial plan with Eskom to make sure that we take Eskom into the future.
Cabinet is also concerned with the financial position of the South African Airways and the Post Office.
Our President Zuma, has yesterday assigned the Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa to oversee the turnaround of 3 state-owned companies, namely South African Airways, Eskom, and the South African Post Office. South African Airways will be transferred from the Department of Public Enterprises to fall under National Treasury. The Presidency will closely monitor the implementation of these turnaround plans of these 3 critical state companies that are drivers of the economy.
Meanwhile, Cabinet has again defended President Jacob Zuma against opposition parties' claims that he refuses to come to Parliament to answer questions. It says the President has not been scheduled to appear in the National Assembly since the disruption of his oral replies in August. Liuda Motokhelwa, SABC News, Pretoria.